What is going on, my boxing family? It is your boy Marti Moreno, aka the Boxing Purist. Welcome once again to the Truth and Absolute channel, where I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, good God Almighty. All right, y'all. The boxing world, it's getting crazy. Yo, I mean, to my boxing fans out there, you guys remember those years, man, where it was like talking about boxing was almost like tumbleweeds, like on the street, just kind of. There was like nothing going on. We went through the era, once Oscar handed the torch over to Mayweather, it was like the Mayweather-Pacquiao era for like the longest time. Before that, the Klitschko era for the longest time. But now it's like there's news everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And even after that, we had when PBC barely made a splash, they were giving us great A-side fighters against garbage opponents. Which, if you're a boxing fan, you got excited for the event, all to know that you don't really got an event. It's just a showcase for one fighter. But now we're in a good place. We're in a super good place. Good fight, good fight, good fight. Rumors of good fight, good fights, good fights coming up. I'm excited as could be being a boxing fan. I know a lot of you guys are too. My emotional casual fans, maybe not for y'all, but it's okay. I'm not speaking to you guys. I'm messing with y'all. Anyways, y'all, so y'all probably seen that Adrian, aka the problem, Broner, is making a comeback fight, I believe in July, versus Omar Figueroa Jr. This was a super surprise. I mean, it's kind of becoming normal with Adrian Broner, right? Huge layoff, and then, making a comeback fight. We've heard this about 4 or 5 times with Adrian Broner. And the thing with Adrian Broner, man, is like the guy has all the talents in the world. Physically, he's gifted. He has it all. He just does not have it up here. The man cannot maintain focus. The man is not dedicated to his craft, and we see it inside of the ring. Omar Figueroa Jr., I remember him a little bit back in the day. He was a good up-and-coming fighter for Golden Boy. I'm not sure what happened. I know he got beat by Yordenis Ugas, which Ugas is a great fighter up until he decided to be a punching bag for Spence. So Omar Figueroa is a game fighter nonetheless. Now, that fight's interesting, right? Because you got Broner, who's like a pop shotter, right? He'll pick you apart. Pop shot, defense, pop shot, pop shot. That's kind of how Broner fights. He's quick, he got a little bit of pop, and he's pretty smart. It's just, he's that kind of fighter. He shells up, and he'll hit you with them shots. Then you got Omar Figueroa Jr., who's not, he could box, but he's not a great boxer. He's not known to go inside of that ring and pick you apart, give you angles, make you miss, counter you. He's not that type of fighter. I mean, he could pull those things off, but that's not what he's known for. He's more of a, if I remember him correctly, he's more of a come forward pressure fighter. So I believe that they're both in the same places in their careers towards the end, trying to go out with a bang. I mean, unless they want to keep on fighting, like Victor Ortiz, just fighting whoever's available to stay relevant or to make some cash. So this is a pretty even fight, although I do see, and I'm not a fan of this kid, really. Not too much. All the respects in the world. He's a boxer. I'm not. Omar Figueroa Jr., I feel like he has enough to win this fight against Broner because of styles. Because of styles. A pressure fighter going against Broner, someone who is somewhat stationary and will pop shot you. The pressure fighter, I mean, we saw him struggle with Sean Porter, Marcos Maidana. Anyone that brought the fight to him, he struggled with. So I'm going to say that Figueroa wins this one. The fight's going to be in July in Chicago, Illinois. Should be a good one, though. It's going to be an entertaining one nonetheless. I know I'm going to be watching it, so that should be a good one. Another thing I saw, is that George Kambosos missed weight today by I forget how much over 135, but the thing is that he missed weight nonetheless. So waiting to hear on that, see what happens. The face-off was intense. These guys are really going at it. They're doing a heck of a job of building this fight up, man. I believe it's Sunday morning. We're going to be seeing the fight in the States. That's crazy that George missed weight to me. It's kind of nuts. I mean, I'm sure he's going to get it off. I'm sure it's all going to be okay. Just in a fight of this magnitude, when a good percentage of the boxing community is watching, that's not the presentation you want to make. So big ups to Devin Haney for actually making weight and staying disciplined through the whole thing. Although there was an interview that somebody did on Haney on ESPN. And this is my knock on Haney. Now, whoever, man, Haney doesn't know who I am. He probably will never know who I am. He's making millions. I'm making videos in my living room. So I'm not hating on the guy. This is just my personal take on why I'm like, iffy on Devin Haney. Devin Haney said, give me any special fighter and I'll make them look average. Okay. So when I hear that, he's talking about the Tank Davises, the Ryan Garcias, the Teofimo Lopez's, the Shakur Stevensons, the Vasily Lomachenkos. I hear that, and then it's like, my man, you did not look great against Jorge Linares. You beat him. You did enough to win, by all means, much respect to you. But it's not like he made Linares look average. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jojo Diaz. He was getting hit by Jojo Diaz. Now, it was a clean win for Haney, but he was catching a lot of shots from Jojo Diaz. Now, when a boxer talks like this, you guys, there's certain fighters, they earn their stripes when they talk like that. You're like, whatever, they're amping the fight up, a Floyd Mayweather, those kind of guys. There's not too many of them that actually speak like that. But when I hear a fighter that's, Haney's got a belt, I don't want to say he's up and coming. Last time I did, damn, y'all got offended. That's not what I meant. I'm just trying to say is like, come on, let's not act like he cleaned out 135 and he's that guy already. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they talk like that, I'm like, I'm old school, yo. I'm like, nah, you better earn it before I talk about you like that. I did that with everybody. I did it with Canelo. I did it with plenty of fighters. Like, nah, I don't care what the media says about you. Let me watch you and see what you're learning. I'm not a boxer by no means, but I've been watching the sport long enough to tell a good fighter and what he brings to the table, just like plenty of y'all, just like many of y'all could do the same thing. So there was more news I wanted to talk about as far as boxing. That may have been it for this one. Yeah, that may have been it for this one. The Adrian Broner, Omar Figueroa caught my attention. It was kind of random. It was out of nowhere, but it's there. So that's going to be mad cool. Oh, that's the other subject I wanted to talk about. Isaac Pitbull Cruz. We all know him for the same reason. If you say otherwise, you're lying. Okay? We all know Pitbull Cruz is the guy that gave Tank Davis, the one-hand Tank Davis, a hell of a fight. He performed well. He did what he had to do in there. He came up short. Tank only had one hand. We're forgetting that. But we're blowing him up because of that, right? So now I'm talking boxing online, and I hear a lot of people throw his name out there like if he's a threat to the 135 pounders. Listen, y'all. Remember, Tank only had one arm that night that he was fighting Cruz. Y'all want to talk about his win over Gamboa? Let's remember that Gamboa has been done like 5 years ago. The knockout was special, but damn, Gamboa's been done. He got thrown in that ring to get knocked out. And a lot of the people that I hear talking about Cruz, they're talking about him like he's super big, like he's a killer, like no one wants no part of him, yada, yada. Let me tell y'all something. Why did the Ryan Garcia fight fall apart? What was Pitbull Cruz's reasons? He said that he doesn't trust Golden Boy when they talk, yada, yada. He gave a real good telenovela, soap opera, on why he did not want to fight Ryan Garcia. But I'm going to give you my take on why he didn't want to fight Ryan, y'all. Okay? Now, before I get into this, I'm not comparing anybody. I'm talking about Cruz and Ryan Garcia, okay? Ryan Garcia would knock the hell out of Isaac Cruz because of how they match up stylistically. Pitbull Cruz being that guy that rushes in, a pressure fighter that's right there for Ryan to hit all night, Ryan will get him out of there. Tank probably would have got him out of there too had he had two good hands, but he did not. So how I see it is that Cruz knows the second he fights a Ryan Garcia, another one of these top dudes, that's it. You were a one and done. You gave Tank a hell of a fight, got your 15 minutes of fame, finished. It'd be done. If you got knocked out by one of these guys, it would be over. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to put the guy down. It's more trying to like, y'all, come on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves because he gave a one-armed Tank a good fight. I'm not trying to hate. I call it how I see it, yo. That's all I'm doing. So I touched on a few topics. Isaac Cruz, Haney Kambosos, Adrian Broner, and Omar Figueroa Jr. for July in Chicago. So, yo, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do. Like my video, dislike it if you don't like it, comment. If you've commented before, I'm quick to go and chat with you on there, talk boxing, acknowledge your comment, all that stuff. It's Truth and Absolute channel, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. I'll speak to you on the next one. Stay up, fight fans. Peace. God bless.